Na, sziasztok, horroristák! Hát nem, Francis, azt majd megnézzük, amikor videókat nézünk. Mi a fasz például? Na, hát nem tudom melyikkel kezdjük. Így, ahogy van, valahogy így elkezdjük, aztán megyünk sorba. Én azt mondom. Elvég van itt 4. Csak simán a shortból. Ezeket ti kértétek. Menjen. Jó, legyen, megnézzük, megcsinálom most. De légy szíves, akkor Zsoca szólj rám, miután befejeztük a videókat, hogy nehogy így hagyjam. Mondjuk így is benne van, hogy olyan van, akkor lenémítják amúgy. Szólsz nekem, légy szíves. Köszi. Jó, elvileg most visszalőttem. Bodra. Hát ez nincs felirat, úgyhogy... Ez 1080p. Hát lehet, hogy csak ledőlt délután, érted? Mi a szom ez? Mármint, hogy építkeznek valamit, vagy nem tudom, de mi ez?
Sí, es que llevo todo el día con un dolor muy raro en la pierna. No sé muy bien, siento como si la tuviera dormida. Sí, seguramente será una mala postura al dormir.
Ja,
pero
hogy
es que
ez
llevo todo el
nem
día con el dolor.
meglévő probléma neki, hanem így kelt föl most hirtelen.
Vale. A las 12, vale. Mañana, gracias.
Ez mit csasolom ez? Erigy már!
¿Qué hace? ¿Qué pasa?
Llevas una vieja agarrada a tu pierna.
¿Qué?
Es un espíritu malo. Empezó esta mañana, ¿verdad? La cogerá. A levantarte, ¿no es así?
Me está asustando, no sé qué es lo que quiere. Déjeme en paz, ¿eh?
Mondjuk, hogyha valaki így ide jönne...
Esta noche a las 9 coge una vela blanca. Enciéndela. Y rodea tu tobillo con la cera de la vela. Tiene que ser exactamente a las 9. Ni un segundo más. Y solo con la luz de la vela. Está loca. Si no haces esto pronto, nunca te soltará. No me toque.
Amint érted, tehát hogy miért ne hinnéd el ezt? Tehát nem tudom, tehát...
¿Qué coño?
Te meg tekerészel itt az utcán. Nem érted, hát... Most honnan tudnám amúgy is, érted? Meg most... Hát, ja. Jó, fura volt, igen, kicsit para is volt. Milyen szúnyog, basz meg, benn van egy szúnyog, honnan jött? Jó nagy! Azt a kurva! És nem látom. Köci. Ez nagyobb horror, mint az egész. Honnan jött, bassz meg? Sasolom, de nem látom. Rohadt picsába. Bocsánat. Na, szóval azt akartam közben nyilván amúgy, hogy honnan tudja, vagy tehát, hogy pont 9-kor, azt mondja, egy másodpercesek később. De mi alapján? És hogyha pont nem jó az órája, és egy elbassza, akkor tök mindegy, nem? Hát ez igazából is szopás, vagy milyen óra szerint? Azt a mindent, neki húzta az asztalnak az öreg nénit, aki lábára kapaszkodott. Három perc, 3 perc! Persze az még a kedvencem, amikor ilyen filmekben... Ott mi a tökön volt ott az ablakba? Ja, ott látszott az árnyéka, láttatok? Tehát azon az órán... Gyerekek, hogy azon az órán hogy fogja tudni a 9-et? Tehát, hogy... Nem? Tehát beüti az óra a 9-et, már késő, nem? Hát jó, de amikor átvált, már késő, mert már elmúlik. Abban a pillanatban kéne, amikor 9 lesz. Hát csak nem. Gyersen már. Amúgy visszatérve, szóval azt akartam mondanom, hogy az ilyen filmekben azt bírom amúgy, hogy 32 darab ilyen asztali lámpa van a házba, és mindegyik föl van kapcsolva, ahelyett, hogy lenne egy normális világítás. De nem az fáj neki, hogy rácsöpögtette a viaszt ember? Na, ezt melyikőtök értesítés kérte? Ja, azt mondod, hogy igazából ezzel, de akkor ezzel most mi történt? Remege. Azt mondod, hogy az ördögöt idézte meg? Így most életre kelt a lábfogónő. Alakot tudott ölteni.
It came! Open it. Careful, Red. Careful. Dear Soretta and Luann, I am pleased to inform you that your cheesy burger bites recipe is the grand prize winner! As a restaurateur and lover of the culinary arts, I am thrilled to be a part of this amazing event. Please join me at the awards ceremony featuring a concert by my band, Rock On, Johnny Depp. Asterix, airfare not included.
Kakasszopó.
We're going to the concert. Lou, you know what this means? Everything's gonna change. This is our chance. Our chance. After the concert, the Depper's gonna meet us, and he's gonna ask us to be his personal
Jó,
chef.
szétsük ezt a...
Lunch lady.
Hát ezek most azok, amiket így a chaten kértek a srácok. De biztosan. Bent ránézhettek, vagy ránézhetünk vele is. Ezt is itt kérte?
Fuck me. I'd rather eat a tampon.
De.
Keep your eye on the prize.
Ladies, this is Principal Grossfettig. I simply cannot allow these subpar lunches to continue.
What a load of donkey shit! Sir, we're doing our best. We're giving 100%, but we can't be at the top of our game if our parts ain't fresh.
Videóban megrázó, hogy erőszakos jelenetek lehetnek? Húha, ezt nem tudom mennyire lehet itt
Bottom line,
lehet itt
you're
Twitch-en.
not working up to Melvin High potential. If lunch doesn't improve tomorrow, for surprise Friday, I have no choice but to replace you with vending machines.
Mennyire durva az.
I hope you understand, lunch ladies.
We're chefs, not lunch ladies. Fuck you!
Ezt is szúnyog. Eget.
Johnny wants us.
Ez meg. Nincs meg. Valaki jöjjön szúnyog rírtóval.
Not lose our jobs. Buy that airfare and get to the concert.
Johnny's concert.
Asterisk?
Airfare. Not included.
Okés, köszi.
God damn it!
Nem tudom, sittes kérdezzétek. Hát elvileg horror, de azt mondom, hogy eddig ez a legrosszabb, amit eddig néztünk.
Lunch lady. That is the ugliest shirt I've ever seen. Is that your dad, lunch lady?
It's Johnny Depp, and he's hiring us to be his personal chefs.
Congrats. But seriously, do you guys masturbate to him? Everybody wants to know.
Don't push me.
Oh, fuck. Now I know your food always tastes like shit. It's got lunch lady Johnny jizz all over it.
Goddamn kids.
I did something.
Ez mi? VTFFF.
Szia Blade, ezt sittest kérte horrornak. Köszi a szabot, sittest nyomjátok. Hát ezt igen, szia
Ez
Sajtia.
1001 szarkekú.
Köszönöm szépen neked is. Hát sittes. Nem, én nem tudom, én se.
Yes, Principal Grossfetig!
Shut up and let me think.
We're going to the pokey, and we'll never meet the Depper!
Wait a minute.
Na,
Wait.
de Csemege már tudja az egészet.
WWJD. What would Johnny do?
blood than a raccoon.
Aha. Meg remélhetőleg nem is, meg ennyire se szar. Ciati.
Graduation gowns are in, so please visit the Jostens rep in room 107. And remember, cash only. Whoever stole that rug that was in front of Miss Crispin's desk, please return it. It really tied the room together. And lastly, for lunch today, it's Surprise Friday.
I don't know. Maybe we should have tasted it first. I mean, what if... What?
You're driving me crazy.
Both flowers and fruit that ripened in far distant plains where warmer far the sunbeams shoot, where a more bounteous nature reigns. Her gift.
Whatever happens, we stick together, right? Sisters forever, Johnny forever, way!
Baszták. Már én sem bírom.
Those are the most beautiful pies I have ever seen.
Order! Order! Fine!
Ladies? Today, you not only met Melvin High Potential, you exceeded it. I don't know what you lunch ladies did differently today, but keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Vége. Legjobb. Annyira nem rossz szerintem. Sütes. Szerintem annyira nem rossz. Ja, szerintem nem volt olyan rossz. Most miért? Most miért? Szerintem ez... Most miért? Szerintem ez annyira nem... Ez nem is volt az annyira rossz. Most nem értem. Nem. Most nem volt ez olyan rossz. Nem tudom, ez ki-e. Sittes, Pixar, meg Troxin? Nem, nincs több sittes videó szerintem. De nem azt jelenti, hogy a többi olyan jó lesz. Ez kért a Troxin? Van hozzá, nincs felirat.
Be on the lookout. Police in Texas are looking for this 14-year-old girl, and they say could be in serious danger. She was last seen on January 27th. That's when a girl's parents say they last heard from their daughter when she texted them from school. On Friday, the community held a prayer service praying for the girl's safe return.
Rage, intolerance, anger. It's what a lot of Americans are feeling across our nation right now. But right now is a moment we can all...
Hey man,
What's up?
I was just calling to check in and see how you are.
I'm alright. How about you?
I'm good. I was just wondering where you put her.
What?
Where did you put her?
How did... What do you mean?
Where did you put her? 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 Where did you put her?
Vége. Szépen fogsz, hello, hello. Igen, igen. Nem láttam Renét ma, még. Szia, Mori. Ekkora lakás, ez genyó. Out! Tízes baszki. De nem tudom, de nézem milyen sok mindenki közreműködött. Mérföldekkel jobb volt, mint Csittesé? Én szerintem ezek a YouTube kommentek, ezeket nem emberek írják. Na mindegy. Ezt kérte Twixer, azt hiszem. The tall man. He plays all night and hides all day. The tall man. Is R-E. And he... Szúnyog, bazd meg! Aj, és ne se tudtam csapni. Szarok a talmerre, bazd meg a szúnyogra. Bassza meg. Mit petázol, Pista, bazd meg, gyere, az csap lesz a szart. Baszom, szúnyog. Persze, azt mondta, éjszaka azt hallgatom, hogy zümmög, azt megcsíp, azt nem lehet lecsapni sem, mert nem látod. Micsoda színészi játék. Nyugi. Jó magas! Mi a terv? Rendbe kell maradni, nehogy megtudja, hogy benn vagy. A finge nincs. Hát azért eddig, amiket kértetek, itt meg lehet küzdeni a legszarabb rövid film címért. nézzük, Chill Fiesta. Az saját bevallása szerint az övé ezeknél jobb. Na jó, nézzük. Saját bevallása szerint a horror, amit kért, jobb ennél.
Oh, whoa. All right, pig boy. Hey, hold on, talk to me. Hey, I just want to chat. You fucking scared for you? Hey, you crying? Are you crying, boy? Crying, piggy?
She will look after you. Protect you. Just as I have always done.
Hát ez eddig olyan, mint egy normál horrorfilm, egy normál elcseszett horrorfilm.
She did for me. Look for her mark in the forest.
Emez meg követte az erdőbe egy kis pofozásért. Mi a tököm ez?
Thee who makest me, I shall come. He who breaks me shall come undone. Thee who makest me, I shall come. He who breaks me shall come undone.
Vannak jó horrorok, de tényleg úgy kell, nem tudom. Piggy! Fogat moshatott volna azért.
Good children with love in their hearts will be helped by her. Birch.
A bírs? Na ne! A bírs! De legalább csak 4 perc volt. Senki nem mer kimenni a WC-re. Várjál. Ezen a csatin vannak ilyen, hát nem is tudom. Én nem is tudom ezeket a videókat. Hát ránézésre spookik ezek. Meg ez a másik is. Ezeket megnézhetjük. Mármint YouTube chatit. Chilling. Chilling. Scares. Being chilling. Hot strangest website. Ezeket biztos nem nézem meg. Mint az oldalakat, de ezt megnézhetjük.
Beautyandchaos.com. Beautyandchaos.com is a website that was created back in 2003. The text on the landing page reads, "There can be great beauty in chaos." And after clicking the link, you'll be taken down an endless rabbit hole of seemingly randomly generated pages. Some of the pages look normal enough, but others contain mysterious images and strange dark messages. What makes this website so unusual is that every time a page is refreshed, a different version of the same page appears. In other words, no two website visits are exactly the same, and many people have reported that the deeper you go into the site, the stranger each page becomes. If you click on enough links, you'll most likely end up on a page with an unsettling message that links to even more pages on the site. Like this one, for example, with an odd paragraph addressing the reader as little baby. There seems to be some bigger specific narrative to the page order, but I couldn't really make sense of it. At first, it looks like every link leads to a page that shares a common word with the previous one, but eventually the order of the pages seems to become random. Disturbingly, some of the links opened pop-ups and prompted downloads that my computer instantly blocked. I didn't see what these downloads were, and I wouldn't recommend trying it. This was one of the creepiest pages I found, which alternated between a series of chilling messages like, "Life is simply a tangent on the way to death, and you're already dead." After clicking around on the website for a while, I noticed a small link in the bottom right-hand corner with the name Paul Grimkowski. The link leads to a blog with an introduction and an explanation for some of the website's features. According to the blog, Paul Grimkowski is an engineer at IBM and a web developer that created beautyandchaos.com as a way to willingly defy internet conventions. It says it does this by exploring the results that can emerge when a collection of images, words, sounds, puzzles, and thoughts are allowed to roam free on the internet. There's also multiple links on the blog that lead to some of the artist's other websites, but they all eventually end up looping back to beautyandchaos.com. At first, the blog seems to clear up a lot of questions, but one question that isn't answered on the blog is, if all the pages are randomly generated, why are there so many pages with dark, creepy messages about death, pain, and desperate cries for help throughout the website? Enrix.angelfire.com. Although enrix.angelfire.com was taken down back in 2018, many theories regarding the meaning of the site are still surfacing today. The homepage showed a picture of a woman in a doctor's coat next to a description of a disease called Enrix. According to the explanation translated into English, Enrix and Gomex syndrome are diseases that stem from a genetic mutation in glandular tissue cells. The strange thing about this website is that Enrix and Gomex syndrome don't actually exist, which has made a lot of people wonder about the real purpose of the site. At the bottom of the page, there's a series of numbers that look like coordinates, which correspond to a street in Ontario, Canada right next to a church, but there doesn't appear to be a connection between the website and the location. Eventually, people started noticing that there was a lot more to this page. For example, if you click on the picture of the woman, her face starts to get distorted. With every click, her face starts to take on a more disturbing appearance, and the text becomes corrupted until it's pretty much illegible. After clicking on the image 5 times, a page with a picture of a smiley face comes up. An eerie, distorted message on the left reads, "Please wake up, and thank you for visiting our website." On the site's navigation bar, there's a tab called Enrix that leads to an image of a blue key next to some corrupted text. Clicking on the key loops the user back to the home page, but there's another link at the bottom of the page that reads bypass login. The link leads to another page with a hidden message in the corrupted text that reads, "The dream is over, Tyler." Strangely, there's no other reference to this Tyler in any of the other pages on the site, but the page gets even stranger. Below the message, there's a series of numbers which again look like coordinates. After searching on Google Maps, I found that the coordinates correspond to a seemingly random location at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. People have tried to make sense of this, but haven't really found a clear connection between the diseases, the coordinates, and the creepy messages scattered throughout the website. But what's most disturbing about this page is the chilling video in the middle of the screen, which shows a distorted image of a woman reciting a series of 3-digit numbers. I later found out that the numbers can be decoded using a table from the American Standard Code for Information Interchange. When translated to letters, the message spells "evident agenda." Many people have reported that the video was taken from an alternate reality game for the TV show Lost, but once again there seems to be no solid connection between the show and the rest of the page. The last tab on the site's navigation bar is the contact page. The link leads to an explanation of internet browsers, and on the left there's a link that says Contact Administrator. If you click on the link, it takes you back to the home page, but as you might have guessed, there's something hidden in the link.
Kicsit azért mindenki várta, hogy egy csomó mindenre választ kap, aztán így, hát nem, de mindegy.
Speculated that this is the same Tyler from the message in the login page, but there's no real evidence to confirm this. Enrix is a website that has caused a lot of speculation since its creation back in 2011, and people continue to discover hidden messages in the site to this day. Unfortunately, nobody really knows what any of them mean. One Reddit user did a reverse image search on the picture of the doctor on the homepage and found that she's actually a prosthodontist from a random dental clinic in Bangkok, Thailand. Strangely, there doesn't seem to be a particular reason why her image was chosen. Another user pointed out that whoever wrote the description on the homepage clearly didn't speak Thai and said that it's likely that the text was first written in English and then translated to Thai. It's unknown whether this is true. Another person found that if you click repeatedly on the blue key, it leads to a 634-page PDF in Thai about a mental health clinic that doesn't actually exist. I wasn't able to find it myself, but apparently the PDF belongs to an organization called the Department of Mental Health in Thailand. The connection between this organization and the fake diseases is still unclear. While researching the websites in this video, I often notice many of them asking me to create an account or give them some of my personal information. This is obviously something I would never do on these kinds of sites, but it got me thinking who I can actually trust with my personal information. Even reputable businesses have data breaches or sell your personal information to data brokers for a profit. I mean, let's be honest, our personal data is out there whether we like it or not. You likely get multiple calls from unknown numbers or spam emails wondering how they got your information in the first place. And it's likely because data brokers sold your information to multiple different unwanted companies. This is where Incogni comes in, the sponsor of this video. See, these data... South32.com. South32.com is a website for a so-called international film production company of the same name. Upon visiting the site, the disorganized layout and badly written description immediately come off as strange, but I wouldn't really describe the page as creepy, just a bit off-putting. The landing page is crammed with accusations directed toward two men named Graham Kerr and Andrew Mackenzie, claiming that the two men broke trademark by creating a phony spin-off company using the same name, South32, which supposedly belonged to a well-established brand already. According to the text, this destroyed the online visibility of South32.com. Throughout the site, there's also multiple mentions of a movie called South32, which is a real murder mystery movie that was released in 2016. From my research, the writer for this low-budget movie is a man named Luigi Bion, which interestingly is also the name of the real CEO of the South32 company, according to the information on the website. If you search for Luigi Bion online, you'll find suspicious news articles and videos of people praising his work and achievements, but the videos seem acted and obviously scripted. It was later found that Luigi Bion is not a real man, but a fake name used by a man named Saeed Yom Tobian as a cover-up in one of the most notorious domain squatting schemes of the century. It's estimated that Saeed bought almost 80,000 domain names, almost identical to the names of other large organizations, and used them to redirect to South32.com. For example, he owns usaarmy.org, and upon entering it into Google will redirect you to South32.com. Once he bought the domain names, he was known to upload cryptic messages and disturbing text and images to the site under the other company's names. This would eventually force the companies to either sue or buy the domain name at an inflated price, which is exactly what he tried to do with South32, a multi-million-dollar mining company based in Australia. The mining company refused to buy South32.com and instead used the domain name South32.net. 1 year later, Yom Tobian released his film and used the same name for it. Allegedly, he did this to have legal justification for owning that domain name and avoid getting sued. But if you search for Saeed Yom Tobian online, you'll find that several companies such as Fox Group, Playboy, and Bank of America have already sued him and won. Considering how expensive it is to maintain 80,000 websites, which can easily cost hundreds of thousands of dollars annually, it's hard to know why Saeed Yom Tobian would do something like this. Some people have suggested that it might not actually be just him behind all of this, and that the cryptic messages hidden in some of the sites leading to South32.com might be encoded instructions for the transporters of an international ring of people trafficking others. Other theories suggest that it's all a massive marketing ploy for the South32 movie, but it wouldn't really make any sense to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to promote an unknown, low-budget movie that was released 7 years ago. For almost 10 years, people have tried to make sense of South32.com, but haven't really ever gotten a solid answer.
Mi? Vagy miért? Gandalf.com?
Gandalf.com. Gandalf.com is a website with a single image of a painting of a creepy woman at the end of a long wooden hallway on the homepage. After clicking on the image once, a message pops up that reads, "Gandalf is busy, please go away." If you click on the image again, it brings up the link to an email address. Some Reddit users have reported sending emails to that address to ask the website owner about the website's purpose, but nobody has ever gotten a response back. Using the Wayback Machine, I was able to see some of the previous versions of the site. From my research, the first capture of the site's current version dates all the way back to October of 2000. Apparently, the domain has been active since 1998 and used to belong to Mitel, a Canadian telecommunications company. But the domain was later bought by the current website owner, and the site has stayed exactly the same for almost 23 years. Usually, random sites like these tend to get taken down after the owner stops paying for the domain name. But as I said before, the site has been up for almost 23 years. It's unclear why someone would pay to keep a website like this up for so long and never respond to the emails that users send to the listed address.
23 éve föntartja az oldalnak a domainjét, és ennyi van rajta.
Selling it to the trademark owner at a higher price, which was very common in the early days of the internet. This is obviously illegal, but the fact that the site went up after it was announced that the Lord of the Rings saga would be turned into movies makes this a possible theory, though it hasn't been confirmed whether this is actually the case. 973EHTNAMUH973.com. This is a much more disturbing and complex website. The website's name is actually the words "the human" spelled backward, and upon visiting it, you'll be met with this upside-down triangle showing one letter being removed from the word abracadabra in each line. The first couple of pages on the site are a little strange, but not exactly creepy. But as you go deeper into the site and start to navigate the links hidden in each page, the more unsettling the images and text become. With over 100,000 active pages on the site and very little explanation for each one, it's almost impossible to know exactly what the purpose of this site is. There seems to be pages upon pages of mathematical equations revolving around the number 9, as well as obscure references to the Bible, Hinduism, Egyptian mythology, and occult spirituality. The equations, which are sometimes expressed in mysterious images and number grids, seem to be some sort of complex mathematical proof. But with so many pages, it would have been impossible for me to make sense of them all. After a while, I came across a link that led me to the website's public forum. This is where it gets a bit disturbing. Some of the language the site members use on the forum is pretty cryptic, just like the rest of the site, and there's a lot of posts by users thanking a man named David Dennison for enlightening them and setting them free. I later found out that David Dennison was a British surrealist artist who was obsessed with numerology and the occult. He was the owner of the website, and although David has been dead for 9 years, the website has continued to be updated, and the forum is still very much active. The mysterious artworks scattered throughout the site were all painted by him, but it's hard to see a clear connection between his art and the equations and the religious references I found throughout the site. The most disturbing message I found on the forum was posted recently by a user named White Rabbit, who claims to have had an epiphany after solving the site's complex numerical puzzles after 5 years of studying the website. The message reads, "I will be frank, I spent at least 5 years studying this website and spent a lot of hours to guide myself through this maze. I can tell you the results, but it is dangerous, and there is a side effect that affected me in a strange way. David Dennison, the creator of this site, was more than just a mathematician, linguistics, artist, and occultist, but someone that is very, very versed in alchemy. This site was a puzzle, a maze, with a series of dead ends and one path to navigate through it. Yet the ironic part of it is one of those puzzles where you start at the beginning only to end up at the beginning. The only exception is that you have the key to the puzzle, which is right in front of you the whole time, and it makes perfect sense. I won't post the result here only because it works too well. I am happy to answer any questions and pertains to this site, but if you want to know the answer, I will not be accountable for any side effects that come after. Epiphany seeks the devoted. Not a lot is known about this site, but many people have claimed that the forums are used as a way to recruit people into a cult, which some of the forum's users have confirmed. If you choose to visit this site, be careful not to give away any personal information on the forums. I wouldn't recommend registering as a member either, but make sure not to use a login and password that you use for other sites if you do. ObsidianSnow.net. ObsidianSnow.net is a website that was created in 2014. The site is linked to another strange website that has received a lot of attention in online communities called Hecate.net. The homepage is pretty much just a black background and a triangle made up of 6 white circles. When I clicked on one of the circles, it led me to a page with dozens of links to other oddly named pages, and I ended up on a PDF of what seems to be some sort of graphic novel. Some of the other pages contain symbols that downloaded various types of files to my computer after I clicked them. Although most of these files were password protected, many people have been able to access some of them and have reported finding disturbing images of human skulls, sound files with creepy noises, and random videos with no apparent meaning hidden in the files. There doesn't seem to be a solid explanation regarding the purpose of this site, but some people think that there's a hidden message in some of the puzzles. It's unclear whether this is actually the case, but the amount of attention this site has received over the years suggests that there might be more to this website than meets the eye. One of the links I clicked led me to a page with images of bingo cards with Spanish names. After clicking on the image of the spider, animations of ants and spiders started crawling across my screen. It appeared to be some sort of game, but I couldn't really figure out what the page was for because the PDFs were password protected. From what I was able to see, ObsidianSnow.net is a collection of pages featuring cryptic puzzles and downloadable files containing everything from diary entries, random stories, cryptic poems, ritual instructions, strange drawings, and unsettling videos and images. It's unclear whether ObsidianSnow.net is just a puzzle website made for entertainment, or if there's something more disturbing going on.
Érdekesek ezek amúgy, ez nyilván. Dashcam. Doorbell. Dashcam. Forest. Home security. Kölcsítés. Nagyon jó volt arról. Yeah. Hát nézzük meg a dashcamet.
This first dashcam video was captured in Australia. 2 men in a Mercedes are driving down the highway when, through their rear dashcam, a car is seen quickly approaching. It then swerves around the 2 guys before getting in front of them and slamming on the brakes, clearly trying to run them off the road. But what first could be written off as road rage soon takes a more serious and disturbing turn. The 2 men notice the driver has an axe and is now waving it out his window and threatening them.
Oh, he's got an axe, dude. Like, what are you doing? Oh, keep distance, bro.
The sudden and unexpected encounter forces the 2 men to take a quick U-turn to lose the guy, but he continues to follow them. The situation is then taken even further when the 2 use the next exit and approach a roundabout.
Whoa! Keep driving, holy!
Ausztrália.
think I just... Oh my god!
2 times the Mercedes is rear-ended, the
Jó,
second of which
elbaszta a
causes the attacker
faszláma.
to spin out, sending him off the road. This allowed the 2 guys to get away. They would then drive to the nearest police station, where they would report what had just happened. When police arrived at the scene of the crash, the car was gone. However, a few hours later, they would find the vehicle on the road, and from there the driver was arrested. Later, the owner of the dashcam footage would give the video more context. Apparently, the driver chasing them, for whatever reason, was 100% convinced they had robbed his house the night before. But obviously this wasn't the case. The 2 guys had never before even seen the man. It was determined that he was under the influence of something. He would be charged with multiple offenses, which put him in prison for 2 years. In August of 2018, Justin Bilton and his 70-year-old father were camping at Glacier National Park in Montana. They had only been in the park for 3 hours when they were informed of an immediate evacuation of the area. A forest fire ignited by lightning the previous night had gotten too far out of control. However, by the time they got the evacuation notice, unknown to them, the only road out of the park had already been engulfed by the fire.
Do I go?
We're gonna find out up here in a minute, aren't we? I think we can drive through this.
What? Dad, what if the car blows up?
We're dead.
Mi
This
az?
is insane.
Ez hülye, bazd meg.
We don't want to get trapped in here. Easy, easy. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. Slow down. Slow down. Big rut here. Just slow down. We're out of that fire.
We're not out of that, Dad. We're not out.
We're good though.
What?
Easy, easy. Can't see. Just go easy now. Easy.
Dad, the car's heating up. It's gonna explode.
We're all right.
Dad, what if a tree falls on us?
We're okay.
Please, God, help us.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Oh my God. Dad, we can't get out.
I'm getting out. You can't drive back. We get that out of the road. We get gloves.
Oh my God.
Stop.
Dad, we gotta get out of here.
Back it up.
A fallen tree is seen directly in the middle of the road, trapping them inside the park. They had nowhere to go but back, so they ended up reversing through everything they had just went through. When they reached their campsite, they abandoned their car and desperately started running towards a nearby lake. By some miracle, there they would find 2 park employees in a boat on the shore of the lake. Justin and his father were rescued and taken to safety, leaving everything but this horrifying footage behind. This dashcam footage shows the armed robbery of a cab driver. The driver, Ralph Valletta, had just started his shift. This was his first ride of the day. He was stopped at a light, and the rider can be seen in the back slouched down. But abruptly, he sits up and demands Ralph give him everything he has.
This is a robbery, man. Hey, give me all your money, man. Man, I don't.
Give me everything you got. Give me that now.
All right.
I need it now.
All right.
We can make this the easy way, or we can make this the hard way, man.
Everything I got, man.
Keep your hand where I can see him.
I just started.
What else you got?
I just
Let me see your wallet. Let me see your.
I don't have anything in my wallet.
We can do this the hard way, or we can do this the easy way, man. Let me see your wallet and let me see your phone. I need it all right now. If you don't want to die, man.
Okay.
Give it all to me now.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to the rider, a police cruiser was stopped at the same light directly behind them. At some point during the robbery, the light to the lane they were in had turned green, and seeing that they weren't moving, the officer put on his lights and got out to investigate.
I don't have anything in my wallet. I don't
Give
carry
me your
it.
wallet and your phone. I need your wallet and...
No.
Ooh, bazd.
I need that for my... There's a cop here. And there's a cop. And this...
Almost immediately, the officer would realize that a robbery was taking place, so in response, he would order the rider out of the car, where he would then be detained. The rider was arrested and later charged with multiple offenses.
Bazd meg.
In
Ez
April
kb. Ilyen volt.
2021, a man named Mitch Kuhn was driving on the highway back from work when he saw this. A
Az mi
child
fasz?
that looks to be wearing a large jacket, or that's possibly wrapped in a blanket, begins walking out in the middle of the highway, just barely missing Mitch's truck. Mitch was towing a trailer, and felt that if he abruptly stopped it would cause an accident, so instead he opted to call the police, reporting an unattended child walking on the highway. Police assured Mitch that they'd send out patrol units immediately. An hour later, Mitch called again for a follow-up, as well as to offer the footage he had caught on his dashcam, but he was told that it wouldn't be necessary, as the child had been collected safely and was on its way home. However, strangely, police would later state that no child was found despite officers searching the area until 3:45 a.m. Additionally, they would claim that at no point did they tell Mitch that they had found the child. The next morning, multiple volunteers commenced a search of the area, but no child was ever found, and therefore the search eventually ended. At the time the footage was captured, there were no reports of a missing child in the area. It remains unknown who exactly was captured in this video. This dashcam footage was captured in the streets of Taiwan. Right away, it's clear the video takes place in the midst of a storm where the winds are strong enough to throw around debris. At one point, debris is even seen flying against the windshield. But little did the drivers know that an actual tornado was forming right behind them and quickly heading in their direction.
Ínye baszki.
The dashcam footage captures the exact moment the tornado went directly through them. It was even strong enough to lift vehicles off the ground, which can actually be seen with the white van that pulls out onto the road. The wheels of the vehicle
a folytatást.
full-on dragged by the tornado, seemingly disappearing. But once the tornado passes, it can be seen much further down the road, wedged in between two trees. More concerning, however, is the person that gets thrown by the tornado on the right side of the road. Unfortunately, this woman would suffer major injuries and would be taken to the hospital. The storm would go on to produce further damage in the form of 50 inches of rain that would cause multiple deadly landslides.
Na, ilyen dolgok miatt amúgy nagyon jó helyen vagyunk, szerencsére. De nincs se mondjuk jó. Tornádó
the dashcam footage of a man driving down a desolate and long stretch of dirt road. Then, up ahead is a car parked in such a way so as to block traffic. Two men with baseball bats begin walking up to the driver, and that's when it becomes clear that this is a robbery, and the parked car was an intentional makeshift roadblock. The driver tries to escape, but the two men get in the way and do their best to prevent it.
Menj már innen, nyomjad már! Nyomjad már neki!
Fortunately, the driver had a window of opportunity and took advantage. He slammed on the gas and was able to get away unscathed. He then drove around the roadblock and was free. It's unknown if the two men with baseball bats were ever caught. In late November of 2015, a large catastrophic bushfire broke out in South Australia. This dashcam footage was captured by one of the fire trucks responding to the incident. Right from the start of the video, enormous smoke clouds are shown, depicting just how large the fire had gotten. As the trucks continue forward, visibility gradually worsens. It gets so bad to where the fire trucks are forced to stop. Then, in the distance, the fire itself can be seen, spreading towards them unnervingly fast.
Here it comes, a hitch coming. Nick, slow down. Can't even get it. It's got to be the other one. We're going to go in a burn over very, very quickly now. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Turn. 500 meters. Burn over, Scotty, burn over. Burn over, Scotty. Jesus Christ.
Na de.
Deploys Velcro blankets to protect themselves from the heat. Water is sprayed outside of the vehicle to keep it from catching on fire, and in the inside, breathing masks are used by the crew.
Vagy nem tudom, hogy hol volt. Ez most nem a net volt. Ez nem a net volt, ez a Twitch volt. A nete végig volt. Semmi nem állt meg.
Where the truck stays in place and the crew deploys Velcro blankets to protect themselves from the heat. Water communication between the two trucks resulted in a collision. The truck in the front was attempting to back up out of the fire, while the truck with the dash cam was entering what's known as a burnover. A burnover is a fire truck
Twitch
protection
szervertől adtak
protocol.
itt
The truck stays in
izomból.
place and the crew deploys Velcro blankets to protect themselves from the heat. Water is sprayed outside of the vehicle to keep it from catching on fire, and in the inside, breathing masks are used by the crew. During
Ez
this
nagyon kemény lehet,
burnover,
basszus.
the crew from the truck in the front can be heard desperately explaining how they didn't have water for a burnover, or rather their truck's sprinkler system wasn't working properly.
Nem vágom, Francis, azon.
They couldn't stay in place and were forced to drive forward in the hopes of escaping the fire, which you can actually see in the video as the truck fades into the distance. Fortunately, this move would end up saving their lives. They would make it to the other side of the fire, and everyone inside the truck, as well as the one with the dash cam, would make it out with minimal injuries. This footage was captured way back in 2012. It takes place near an airport in Moscow, Russia. The airport is right next to a highway, and on December 29th, this dashcam footage would capture the disturbing moments a plane missed the runway and crash landed just on the right side of the highway. It turns out the plane had mistakenly overshot the runway because of bad weather conditions, so when it landed it didn't have enough room to brake. This left it no choice but to go directly into the highway, causing plane seats and other debris to shoot towards passing vehicles, all of which can be clearly seen in the footage. At the time of the crash, the plane was only carrying crew members. No passengers were on board. But unfortunately, 5 of the 8 total crew members would lose their lives. The driver of the vehicle with the dash cam would make it out unharmed.
Na, és a másik csetét nézzük meg, a másik csetét. Scariest Found Footage Part 1. Ezek nagyon hosszúak. Mondjuk ilyen thumbnailekkel, baszki. %100%. Scary Paranormal Invasion. 100%. More Evil Overtime. Demons Feed on Fear. Lehet itt van olyan videó, ahol már 100 fölött van, nem? Ezek nagyon hosszúak. Itt nem lehet beállítani, nem? Itt nem lehet beállítani, hogy mi alapján mutassa még. Jó szar. Ez még mindig ilyen, nem is értem, hogy lehet ilyen szar a YouTube.